Fun topic today. I'm pumped about this topic. I hope that this is something that you will really find value in. First off, we're going to break down this fun book. I'm going to show you the quick cover of it. Dan Martell nailed it with this book. I mean, to grow your business, and you are all business owners, to grow that business to the next level, you've got to make sure you take advantage of your time. Your time is limited and you got to take advantage of it. Most top producers get stuck. They get to the point that they've grown to a certain level. I'm going to unshare that. They grow to a certain level, and once they reach this certain level, they're afraid. They hold everything tight. They're afraid to let things go. And I'm going to break down today how you can let go, how you can release some of the things, how you can segregate and figure out what the things are that you do need to release. That way you can transition to the next level and the value to those items. In the past coaching calls over the last couple, probably month, we actually broke down your hourly rate on how much you're worth per hour. We broke it down. And so we're not going to break it down today, but we're going to talk about how some of these specific tasks that you're doing, how easily they could be leveraged out to allow you to do more, and talk about that, what that more is. Because some of you might be thinking, well, what else would I do? I'm selling real estate. I mean, I'm selling to these people. I'm selling, big properties, million, 10, 20, $30 million properties. And okay, maybe not. That's pretty high. All right, unless you're selling in LA or San Francisco or New York. Okay, but we're selling $1 million properties. What more should I be doing? I mean, don't really do anything else. Well, there's a point in time where you can't do it all, and you got to choose to be an owner of a business versus working in the business. If you're working in the business, not on the business, you don't have a growing business. Are you gaining more clients? Yeah, you are, but you're burning out. You're gonna burn out if you haven't already. Coaching client I had a while back, one of the team members had told me, I mentioned this on a call a little while back. One of the team members told me, well, I answer all my emails in the morning. I handle all my clients. I work with all my clients and I do just fine. And I said, well, just wait, you're going to burn out. She goes, no, I won't. She literally was telling me, I'm like, okay, that's as much as I can do. I can only help and shove you in the right direction. It's up to you to choose to do it. All right. I'm going to jump right into it. Okay, so the discussion topics today, some big topics that we're going to cover. All right, one is how to buy back your time. There's a 4-stage principle in the book from Dan Martell, buying back principle, shifting that mindset from how much does it cost? Okay, how much does it cost to how much time does this buy me? How much time does it buy me back? This this thing I need to hire, this person I need to hire, this admin, whatever it is you're choosing to do, how much time is it going to buy me back versus how much is it going to cost me? Let's see. So let's just say that you're stuck doing $20 an hour work when you're capable of doing $1,000 to $2,000 an hour work. This is how we broke that down a few months ago. You're capable of doing those bigger numbers, higher value numbers that you're worth, but you're afraid to let go of the $20 an hour work. Right? So the math just doesn't make sense. Okay, so that's the buyback principles. Buying back your time. Your time is valuable. Buying it back. We're going to cover the drip matrix that comes out of the book, and that's breaking down those tasks into different quadrants. The 4 quadrants, we're going to talk about the delegation quadrant. We're going to break it down. We're going to talk about the replacement quadrant, the investment quadrant, and the production quadrant. There's 4 different quadrants. And in those quadrants, how each one of those items, you can very easily structure this business in a way that you're able to do, which I like, the investment quadrant. I like it. It's a good place to be. It's where you're able to invest in your time. So that question of, what would I do anyway? I'm selling real estate to high producer or to high level homes. I'm selling $1 million properties in the Boise area. I What more am I going to be doing? Well, what should you be doing? Yeah, you're going to keep selling those at a high level because your name is out there, you're doing the things you need to do, but do you have the time to invest in yourself? How many, usually I always suggest every real estate agent needs to go to minimum one up to one per quarter, some sort of event, some sort of maybe like an Inman event. There's one in New York, there's one in Vegas, there's one in San Diego. I think there's one in Dallas or in Texas. I mean, there's four a year. You could easily go to each one of those, and there's top producing speakers that are. I mean, they go like clockwork. Like they're constantly throwing people on stage, new people left and right, and you're just taking it all in. You can't take enough notes. Are you investing into yourself? Right. So the goal is for you to not be stuck to where you can't actually do those things. The third item we're going to cover is the 10-80-10 rule. We're going to break down the framework of what that looks like so that you could be working on the quality life that you're wanting, that you got into to be a realtor, while delegating. And delegating in a way that's not going to cause you to feel like you're giving away your clients. That's not what you're doing. That's not what we're talking about. It's the time crunch that you don't have enough. When someone tells me I don't have enough time in the day, it just makes me want to bang my head against the wall because you do. You just choose to get caught up in those tasks and items that maybe you don't know how to break it down. Maybe you don't know how to segregate that. We're going to cover that today. Building a replacement ladder. Okay. Now, how does that work? How do we do that? That's how we start breaking things down. And there's so much. I mean, literally, you can jump into AI like mad. There's so many opportunities and ways to do things right now. It's just it's really changed drastically. Drastically. Let's break down what each of the four items are first, though. Let's start with delegation. Okay. We call these kind of the low income, low energy item. The book calls it the energy vampires. Okay, the energy vampires. This is the work that takes up so much of your time that you're not able to do the things that you know you need to do. I feel like I got some chats coming in real quick, but nope, those are AIs, people's AIs that are jumping in there. All right. So the delegation, the low income, low energy, the energy vampires. The energy sucks. A lot of people call them too. All right. These are the items like updating the MLS data, the data sheets, the things that need to be happening, managing your overflowing inbox of emails. My partner, Jenny Madrid, has figured out that secret sauce. My partner, Tony Larson, is figuring out on this call. Thanks for being here, Tony. Has figured that out with some really cool AI technology on how to take that overflowing inbox of emails and get control of it. Having someone do that, usually typically top producers find ways to get someone to start answering their emails, taking over those emails inbox and working that. Scheduling showings. That's a huge one. Scheduling showings, having a showing scheduler, someone an admin that's actually gonna be able to jump in there and schedule your showings for you. There's a lot of those around the Treasure Valley area. And if you're on this call and you're not using it, you know what I'm talking about because you've tried to schedule a showing probably, and next thing you know, you get a scheduler. And that scheduler, I had the worst one the other day. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. There's good ones and bad ones. I'm not going to say the company, but this is a company, and it was a 1888 number I had to dial. And it said that if you're calling after 7 o'clock, you won't be able to get through. I did call after 7 o'clock though, and just to see what it would do. And I actually talked to someone on the phone, but they didn't speak English very good. And it was really hard to get it. So guys, scheduling, make sure your scheduling is working for you. Have the right scheduler that can schedule those for you. So it's a systematic thing to enhance your business, not make your business look worse. Very important. Yeah. Installing lock boxes, that's a huge one. And if my partner Billy Garcia is on here, which I think he is, he's going to hate me on this one because it's not only installing lock boxes, it's installing yard signs. That's a huge one. That's part of that number one item in this book. And Billy, I didn't make it up. It's in the book. Read the book. Buy back your time. It's in there. It talks about putting up yard signs, putting up lock boxes, handling basic CRM data entry stuff. So your goal is that you're going to hire an administrative assistant or a virtual assistant. I said this the other day to someone. Every coach out there right now is saying if you don't have at least one VA, we have one VA on our team, covers both states. If you don't have at least one VA, that you're behind the eight ball. Now, there's those of you that have tried VAs out there and you didn't like you didn't like it, it didn't work out, don't give up. Because there's some VAs that are good at certain things, there's others that are good at other things. It's a low cost way for you to be able to handle a lot of tasks that you're taking on yourself. A ton of tasks that you're taking on yourself. Our VA, he's amazing. I love him. Initially, I wanted him to be a transaction coordinator. Um, but then I quickly realized that he was not on the right seat on the bus to do that. And he's so much better dialing for dollars. And so he makes about 150 to 200 dials a day. I haven't had him hit 200 yet. I always say that, but he hasn't hit 200 yet. But he's been up in the 80s, close to 90, 100, I'm sorry, 180, 190 dials a day. And that's 5 days a week. Sometimes he works the other hours of the week. He loves it. He loves our team. He loves working with us. And he's been with me for 2 years now. He's on every one of our team meeting calls. He's always there. He's got the mic on. He's ready to talk. He's ready for his part. He's gotten really good on the phone. But just like anyone, he'll totally jump in and train and learn new ways of doing things. And so we've been working on new training ways for him too. But he is a dialer. Here's the other thing. He loves doing flyers and stuff like that. So he's always on our group chats saying, hey guys, who's doing an open house this weekend? I'll do your flyers for you. Unfortunately, not enough open houses going on our team, which I don't understand it because that is the job of a realtor, is doing open houses. It brings you more, but if you're doing them right, if you're just throwing a sign up front, posting online and praying that you can pick up a lead out of it, you're failing. Your open house needs to be door knocking and leveraging that, going around talking to grabbing someone else to door knock for you. You can do that, by the way, and it's a low cost thing that you can hire someone to door knock for you. And you give them a script, and if you can even hire non-licensed people to go around and door knock. If someone wants to talk real estate, they say, okay, let me set an appointment for Sean. And they're going to give you a call here shortly, probably within the next 15, 20 minutes. We'll be giving you a call and he'll talk about, the values of the neighborhood and what's going on. All I'm doing is telling you about the open house coming soon. Here's the flyer. And wanted to ask, have you thought about, or do you know of anyone and we're doing this for the seller of the house. We promised them we would ask anyone, do you know anyone that wants to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? That maybe we can invite to the open house. And if they say, yes, I do, I actually want to, can you tell me what's going on in the market? They pull back, set an appointment for you, for the team leader or the agent, more importantly, for the agent to be able to make that follow-up call. It is a very easy task to leverage out, okay, door knocking around, but it needs to happen for open houses. Okay, it needs to happen for the open houses. Door knocking needs to happen, and then you get in the open houses. Got off track there. Apologize. Our VA does the flyers for the agents to do that, and he does really good graphics. He slides the picture of the agent in there, their contact info. I mean, he loves doing that. Great VA. Okay, costs me $250 a week. $250 a week, and he works sometimes 7 days a week. You're not going to find that hiring somebody. I'm sorry, it's just not going to happen. Not going to find that. And that's a raise. I gave him a raise this last year. You're not going to find that by hiring somebody, unfortunately, in the United States to do that. That's way below minimum wage, okay, for a full-time employee. He's great. He's in Mexico too, by the way. Love him. Perfect VA. Speaks very good English. He's actually originally from Texas. So, that's a good VA. There's a lot of VA options out there. Tons of VA options out there. You cannot have Hugo. He is on my team and he's like my brother. So love Hugo. That's huge. Okay. So delegation is big. You shouldn't be out throwing out lock boxes. Hire someone to do that. Put the signs out. If the lockbox is easy though, if you bring it with you when you go to your listing appointment, no problem doing it that way. All right, no problem. Signs though, hire a sign person. It's a low income, easy expense to get someone out there, put signs up, pick them up for you. Do all that. Love it. Okay, we're gonna jump in the replacement next. That's the next one. That's a high income, low energy. Okay, low energy, high income. These are the high income items that can be leveraged. Now, this is one of the biggest problems for agents where they get stuck. One of them, okay? They can make you a lot of money, okay? But the agent does find this task draining and repetitive. This is showing 20 houses to a single buyer. I have a standard, okay? You're not allowed to show more than 10. If you're showing more than 10 without at least writing an offer, then you probably didn't set up your showing conversation with the buyer early on. Here's the ways you do that. Okay. Otherwise, you start to leverage that out. The ways you do that is you talk to them about, look, we don't want to look at any more than 4, maybe 5 at a time. Okay. And these are your very favorite properties. I suggest you do a drive-by. Take a look at the neighborhoods because that's 9 times out of 10 why someone will say, ooh, I don't like that T intersection. It T's right into my house. Or the neighbor's got the cars parked in their driveway, or I'm sorry, on the grass, or something like that. You know, there's always something in the neighborhood. Not always, but a lot of times, something in the neighborhood. By doing a simple drive-by, you can kind of alleviate a lot of the properties they want to see. And pick your top 5 first. 4, maybe 5 max. The reason why is you forget the first one. And I always have that conversation with them. I had that conversation with a buyer the other day. I said, you always forget the first one. So highly suggest, guys, this is just my advice. Have that talk with them early on, 4 or 5. After that, we'll pick 4 to 5 more and go look at that. By then, they should be ready to write an offer. I utilized an agent the other day. I showed 6, 7 houses. And then I utilized an agent to help me show a few more. What's funny is they ended up writing an offer, got accepted. It's under contract right now on one of the very first properties I showed them. Actually, it might have been the very first. So I'm just giving you advice, but it works every time. This is a real problem. This is something you can leverage out. I pay $50 per door. I'll pay you Venmo now. Or I'll pay you $100 per door up to $500 max, $500 max to at close of escrow. I'll pay you off the closing sheet. Okay. It works. It works for you to leverage your time out. I utilize lots of showing partners in California because I'm not in California. But a lot of times on my team, I like to say, hey, look, this turns into a good relationship. I always want to be on every call, not kissing off my clients to anyone else. I want to be on every call. I want to make sure we're on every text message, group text messages together. Don't kick me off. And if I get kicked off, I'll reach out to the agent and say, hey, I'm not on those calls. I need to get me back in those calls. I want to make sure they know I'm there because then I'm talking to them. I've got one going on with my daughter right now in California that's been kind of fun. Worked with another agent on our team, just closed one up in Springville area in California. Never showed one house, not one. Okay. And it's not that I don't want to show houses. It's fun. I love it. I love showing houses. It's cool to see the inside of them. A lot of times when I do go show, I take pictures of things, send it to my wife and say, hey, check this out. I love showing houses. It's fun. It's fun to get inside. But showing properties is one of the number 2 items when it comes to replacement. It's replacing you, is showing 20 homes to a single buyer is ouch. It's an leverageable item. How about managing the complex paperwork? Now, this is a stuck spot for a lot of you realtors. You get stuck that you don't want to hire. I mean, if minimum, guys, hire someone and pay them out of closings. But I will tell you, over time, you're going to realize when you pay someone out of closings, you end up spending a whole lot more money, and there's a lot less things they're going to do for you if you just hire someone to work and work with you, be a partner with you, hire an administrative assistant. They become your partner. they become your partner. You can leverage a lot to them. You can even end up, if they're a licensed agent, which I highly suggest them being a licensed agent, you can even do a lot of sharing leads and working with them, and that's how you can easily transfer leads over to those that admin as well. But there's so much you can do. And typically, that admin, you're not only going to be doing transaction coordinating, they can help you with flyers, they can help you with um, putting out lock boxes, especially if they're a licensed agent, meeting photographers, meeting appraisers if you need to meet with an appraiser out there. There's so much that hired on admin can do in this specific paperwork position. There's a lot of people out there that are realtors, but they don't really love the selling side of things. They would rather do the paperwork and they love it and they create businesses out. There's transaction coordinators out there making big bucks, $1,000 a deal, overpaid. I'm sorry, not overpaid, but a high-end paid. I would say you're better off hiring an administrative assistant, but at minimum, hire someone and pay them out of closings. Pay them out of closings. They're going to do the paperwork. I call it listing the close. These days, most good transaction coordinators will do listing the close. That is, they'll type up the listing for me, get it ready, send it to me DocuSign so I can just directly to my clients. They can just sign it or print it, send it to me as a PDF. I'll print it, take it with me. Or if they're local, put it in a packet for me. Got some right here that are really nice packets. The legacy real estate one, put them in a packet like this, full of all kinds of good information about you and what you do. Uh, a whole buyer packet in there goes in there, a seller packet goes in there. Go it. Yeah, if it's a listing appointment, get it signed, bring it back, leave this with them. This nice, pretty branded flyer or folder. Just bring the paperwork back, give it back to your admin, and they start the listing side of it. They order your photos, they order your lockbox, they order your sign to be installed, they order it all because these are the things that will definitely high income items. They'll make you good money, but you can leverage those things out. There's more time that you have to do other things. How about cold calling? Okay, we talked about Hugo, my admin, my VA, hiring that VA. You can hire an in-house ISA. So here's the goal. You hire a showing assistant. Okay, that's one. That's one thing to go. That's the buyer showing the homes. Okay, showing assistant. Transaction coordinator. Okay, and again, I'm just giving you advice. These are things that I do. Okay, transaction coordinator, administrative assistant. Highly suggest that person. It's a very key. One of the most important first hires you should make to me, before you hire a showing assistant, is hiring and some sort of in-house admin that can do flyers for you. Social media marketing. They can do social media marketing. They can do so much if you hire that right person. Inside sales agent, ISA. We like to call him our client concierge. I stole that from Rick Fuller, from Rick Fuller team. I love it. He's the client concierge. And that's how he tells people that's what he is. That's what he does. He doesn't say I'm an ISA. Client concierge. It's amazing. And this replaces the agent in these high value but exhausting roles. Are they exhausting? They can be. Ask a really good admin, they can be exhausting. But they enjoy it. They love it. I like doing the paperwork. Okay, I do. I enjoy it. But I like more meeting people, spending time with people. I actually went to my client's house yesterday. It was Tuesday. Past client, sold them a home. By the time I left, I'm actually going to be helping their mother and father-in-law move to Idaho now. But I went over there and hung out with them. We just had a hangout time yesterday afternoon. I wish I could show you the video right now. The guy can jam. He is playing Van Halen on the guitar. He's an old rocker from back in the day. Used to be in a band back in the 70s. I mean, old rocker, and the guy can rock. I had so much fun. But by the time I left, spending time with him, I'm going to be helping his in-laws move to the valley now. I wouldn't have known that if I didn't go over and hang out with them. So those are the things that I like to do. So leveraging out the other things to others that are high income items but lower energy is important. Number three, investment. Okay. Now the goal here is to use this time. It's buying back. You bought back your time from all the other items so you can expand into other activities. That's daily exercise or personal hobbies. Do you have time to go to the gym right now? If you don't, why? I'm going to break down a little bit on how we can figure that out. Uh, Personal hobbies, do you like to go? You guys figured me out by now. I like to fly. I like to ride motorcycles. I like to get out in the boat. I love that stuff. We work with horses. We're always with horses doing stuff like that. In the afternoon, if my wife says, "Hey, you want to go on a ride tomorrow?" I'll look at the schedules or anything I can leverage out on there. Yep, let's go. We'll go ride horses, go on a trail ride or something. I mean, those are the things that are important. You need to do that. This is also the strategizing the long-term vision of the business time. You're way more important working on the business versus in the business. You're more valuable. Yeah, that's the leadership side of things. The realtors, it's very valuable for you to be working on that business to decide how you're going to move to the next step. If you're on a team, on a real estate team, this is an important step for you. There's so much more you can be doing, and a lot of times the teams will take over all these leverage items for you. It's simple. It's simple, it's easy, and the team will take on a lot of stuff for you so that you can go do more time with your family. That's why you got in real estate. So join a team. It's perfect opportunity to take on a lot of that stuff so that you can do what you do best. That's recording new videos. That's taking more masterminds, going to another client, not client event, but well, that's huge client event. Going to another event like an Inman event or a Zillow event. That's a big one to go to. Zillow brings on big people. Realtor.com puts on big events. Homes of Idaho puts on huge events. There's always good trainings going on. Legacy Real Estate's put on some really huge events as well. There's always trainings going on. There's things that you could be doing if you're leveraging out the other items. These are important things. So buying back your time so you can do those. How about spending uninterrupted time with family? That's one of them. That's one of the items that talk about in the book. So spending some uninterrupted time with family, attending high level coaching or mastermind events. High level. A lot of these coaching events that you go to might not quite be high level. I went to one a while back in Boise and I was wishing I could leave. It wasn't the high level I was looking for. You want to go to a place that's going to coach above you. It's going to coach above your level so that you can reach that level. Coaching above your level. So what does that? Who does that? Who's putting on the next big event? High level coaching and mastermind events. That's the investment side of things. That's number 3 item. Number 4, production. This is a high income, high energy item. The book calls this the zone of genius. Okay. The only tasks that go to top tier agents should be doing because they make the most money and the agent actually enjoys them. You enjoy them. They make the most money and they enjoy them. So this is number 4 item, production. Conducting high stakes listing presentations. How often do you have time to prep yourself for a high stake listing presentation? Do you have time to actually go after those type of clients? Because they take a lot of time, they take a lot of brain power, they take a lot of thinking. You can't just go to those high stake ones saying, "Yes, I'd like to list your house. Can I list it?" No, you have to put together strategic plans on how you're going to strategically list this high level one. The highest level one I have done was with Tony Giordano, is in Central California. I think it was going to end up being close to 15 million if we would have sold it all. Um, we were spending money in high-end magazines. We had a full production studio out there going on with it was a horse arena, it was roping arena, it was barrels, so we had to bring in barrel racers and literally high production, high level. Though all those things we had to put together and how we going to go after this high level listing. So that's that production side of things and negotiating difficult contracts to get them to the finish line. Are you negotiating difficult contracts? Do you have time to do that because you're too busy doing the paperwork on your listing that's already under contract? Do you have time to negotiate those difficult ones? If you're a team leader, do you have time to help the agents negotiate those difficult ones? Building deep relationships with top tier referral partners. Who are those people? Do you have time to sit down and break them down? That's your attorneys. That's your accountants. Those are big top tier referral partners. My attorney, she's given me I don't know how many deals, and she wants to always talk to me because I've given her some back. She's a family attorney. And so she wants to talk about, hey, how can we do this more now? Like, how can we do this more? Let's do more of this. So do you have time to go, work on those relationships with those top tier referral partners? Recording high impact video content for your brand. That's getting behind the mic like this and recording some content. I'm telling you, YouTube is huge. YouTube Reels or Shorts, Reels on Instagram and Facebook, you doing them. Are you just going to listings and recording? That's good. Get content out there. That's good. Do that. Get behind the mic. Remember who your audience is and record for that. That is the high impact video content that's going to help your brand. This is 80% of the workday should be doing stuff like this. 80% of it should be focusing on stuff like this. That's next level stuff. Okay. When you're a new agent, 80% should be on the phone, dialing for dollars, doing open houses, door knocking neighborhoods, meeting new people. That's how you expand your referral database system of people that are going to refer by meeting new people, getting out in the communities, going to different community events, not talking young professional network. That's a great place to go, but you're rubbing elbows with other realtors. There are other vendors and stuff in those too. So those are great to go to, but we're talking events that you're going to have other potentials to talk. This could be BNI groups. This could be other networking groups where you're going to get referral partners. It's asking for business, asking for one-on-ones. If you go to BNI groups, you should be sending out asking for one-on-ones from all these different people so that you create a relationship with them. And now they're your referral partner. I mean, that's the things, that's the 80%, the 80% of your business that you should be working on. All right, so let's talk about that 10-80-10 rule that we talked about earlier. That's in the book. It's the first 10%. It's the strategic spark. Okay, this is where you find the why. Your role is to provide raw material. Okay, that's how do you attack it first? You're going to provide raw material. This could be a voice memo, this could be rough outlines, recorded video, and you need to decide when you record this what success looks like to you. You're going to define it. Okay. So how about this? Here's a good example. I want to send monthly market update videos to my past clients. It's a simple one, right? I want to send monthly market update videos to my past clients. The goal is to show them why now is a great time to list in this specific zip code. How often do you break it down to that and stick to the goal to go do it? Okay. That's a strategic spark. Okay. The middle 80, it's the heavy lifting. Okay. It's like where you actually have a VA that takes that raw video now, edits it because you don't have time to do that. Write the email, pull a local market stats, set it up in your CRM as a draft and send it out. Okay, so the team's role, so virtual assistant, marketing manager, transaction coordinator takes your 10% and runs with it. That's your 80. They're taking that 10% and running with it. They do the research, the drafting, the editing, the formatting. I met with a guy that does this through YouTube. And it's about 350 bucks. He will do all the editing for me. He'll do everything. It's going to cost me a little bit per month, maybe about 150 bucks a month. And he's going to take my YouTube channel and turn it upside down, turn it into like a high producing, lots of clicks, lots of contact. There's so many people out there that'll do that type of stuff. VA, he's a VA. That's what he does. He's a specific one that focuses on that, but you can hire an in-house one that can research and learn how to do this and do it for you. That's the 80, that's the heavy lifting. So the 10% is the idea. That's the why you're going to do it. The 80% is who. Okay, the who. And the other 10%, the executive review, that's your role, is to review the draft, make minor tweaks to what needs to be done for the tone, and give it the green light. Ensure that the finished product is still good and it's what you wanted and it meets your standards, your high standards, by the way. So an example would be for you to watch the final video, edit it, spend 2 minutes proofreading it, 2 minutes. You don't have much time Don't tell me time is that you don't have any time in the day because you've got all this time I just helped you alleviate. Send 2-minute proofing, email, subject line, and hit send. Right? That's it. Get it out there. So that's the final review. It's the 80-10-80, or 10-80-10. High performing agents, I'm telling you that here's just a couple things that you can do. All right, so content creation, social media. You record, say, 5 minutes of raw marketing insights on your phone. Okay, that's your first 10. The editor turns that into 3 different reels, blog posts. So you just recorded 2-minute videos. All you did. A 2-minute video can do a lot. 2-minute video becomes 3 different posts, blog post, newsletter, and that middle 80 takes over. That's that leverage. Reviews the captions, schedules it to go live. That's the last 10% and sends it out. That's using it for social media. How about marketing? All right, so the agent, you take notes. The 3 most unique features of this new listing, that's the 10%. The admin orders the photos, writes the MLS script based on the notes that you gave them, and designs the brochure. That's the middle 80. The agent reviews the proof for accuracy before the house goes active on the market. Had a talk with my admin this morning. She's working on our description right now. She's going to send it over to my clients. I'm not sending it. She is. She's going to send it to my clients for their review, make the edits that need to be done. I'm going to look at it again one last time, and then I'm going to give the proof to go, and she's going to put it active on the market. I'll tell you, I only log into the MLS to look up houses. I don't even know how to put a listing active. Shame on me, right? I don't know how to do it. I don't want to know how to do it. That's a job that I have an admin help me do because one, she's faster. She does them all the time. She's good. She does them all the time. And so it's going to be going active. And Billy knows that one. It's in Northern California. So that's how about what about one last one? Client appreciation events. Okay, let's use the 10-80-10 on that. So the agent decides what they want to do. What are you hosting? Is it haircuts for kids? The old one, you got the pies that people used to do. So you decide what you want to do. That's 10%. Let's see, there's a good one. There was a really good one we did a while back where we adopted a classroom. We collected money. We did all this stuff. It was great. We collected, had a bunch of had vendors jump in on it. We got them computers. We got them all this different stuff. We did this whole event around it, and the teacher cried because at her school they did not provide enough money for this. The teacher got a new computer and all kinds of stuff for her classroom. It was really cool. There's so many cool events that you can do based around one idea. It's so cool. But here's what happens. The team, the 80, handles the vendor outreach. You get out there, I'm sorry, the RSVP, the tracking, the revenue, the booking, the emails, the invitations, all that is part of that 80. So you jump in with the team and everyone's doing the outreach, everyone's going out, everyone's picking up new clients off of this too. I mean, great opportunities, great people, great conversations happen. That's the 80. The agent shows up to the event, shake hands, build relationships, meet new people. That's the 10. Event ideas, putting it into motion, show up. And what are you doing the whole time? Continuing to educate for more ideas like this, more things to do, fill your brain, go out and shake hands with top producers, work on your listing presentation, all the things that you should be working on and doing. It's huge. Let's talk about the drip audit. Okay, we're going to call the 2-week time audit. That's what the book calls it, 2-week time audit. Okay. So one is you're going to write down, this is something that you could be doing, in 15-minute increments. You're going to write it down into quadrants, okay? Different quadrants. Immediate next step is for you to identify everything and delegate those quadrants out. Calculate exactly how many hours it's going to take you per week. So remember we talked about some things are worth 20, some things are worth 100. So that's how you do it. Some things are worth 20, some things are worth. You've got to audit your time though and decide whether or not these tasks. So say you have an 8 hour day, okay, an 8 hour day. And throughout the day, you're looking at all these things that you know you need to do, okay, from admin work to listings going active, signs need to go out, stuff like that. And you're going to break it down to what the cost is of those items. Are they $20 an hour work week or are they $100 an hour work week?
Mangoes? Give
Oh,
me.
hello, someone's not muted. Okay. So that's how we break it down. Is it $20 an hour work week task or is it $100 an hour work week task? And then you decide, or $1,000 an hour work week task. And then you choose and plug you in to the ones that are going to build your business and grow your business to the next level. If it's a $20 an hour work week task, then can you leverage those out and who? So we have the wins that need to be done, why, and who's going to do it based on the task. Is it last Saturday? I had a bunch of other things I needed to get done, so I got some help from someone on the team to go show some houses, right? So that I could go do these other things that needed to get done, that were going to actually be fairly high level things that needed to get done. Leveraged out the showing, wrote the offer this week. Offer got accepted, opened escrow 2 days ago. Inspections are now ordered, ready to go. Now, inspections typically I allow the transaction or the administrative assistant to do that. Okay. I actually ordered this one. Okay. I just sent him a text real quick. Good guy, good referral partner. I wanted to work on the referral side of it. So definitely a good referral partner. I need to work on the referral side of it. But didn't get in that conversation with them, ordered the photos, sent them over. I'm sorry, ordered the inspection, got that done. Definitely something that I could have leveraged myself out. But those are the things, like you have a work day, you have a work week. And throughout that work week, if you're looking at it, what are the things that you can leverage out? The thing is, though, if you're going to leverage those things out, guys, if you're going to leverage it out, what high level item can you plug into that time slot to take over the things that you're leveraging out? All right. It's a great book. I highly suggest you read it because especially if you're like stuck in that rut. The best way to get out of a rut is to train. Start training, growing, expanding your knowledge base, and training helps you. It gets you pumped, gets you excited. So start reading a book like this. A book that I'm going to start reading with two lenders and the amazing lenders, Jeff DeLeo, Teresa Carranza. We're going to start reading the 21-week year. I've already read it, but I'm going to read it again with them. And we're going to do a little book club together. So grab someone else, do some training together, some of the things that are going to help you grow your knowledge base to help you. So this is a great book. 12-week year is a great book. There's so many good books out there that you could be reading, and a little bit each day is going to help you and get you excited about the job you're working.